Hey guys, we're just going to do a very quick walkthrough on using jump clones to transport across the galaxy and back again 2 clone jumps in one day. Now, for those of you new to EVE, a clone jump is where you have a clone of yourself installed somewhere else in the galaxy and you teleport your consciousness to that clone. Now, I'm going to show you how you can do that and then self-destruct that clone to respawn back at your home base, effectively doing 2 clone jumps in one day. So that no matter where the content is that day in the galaxy, you could be in Jeddah and the content is in Amar, you can clone jump there and self-destruct back so that you can go out, enjoy the content, and come home, no travel time necessary. Now, there are some misconceptions that it's this big, hassle to do this, and it's easier to just worry about content in your own neighborhood, but you're actually missing out on a lot. There are whole communities full of open fleets to do all kinds of stuff. There are NPSI communities. I'll show you here. This is a website. These are all communities that have content all over the galaxy forming, most days of the week. You can see here today there's a whole bunch. It forms all over. So having jump clones in key spots around the galaxy will really help you to increase your enjoyment of the game, taking part in all these other social activities. Now, people think, well, I'll lose my implants if I do this because I'll self-destruct. No, I'm going to show you how to do that. I've got 2 tunes up. I'm going to show you how to clone jump using NPC stations and then clone jump in a way that preserves your implants. No loss of implants, guys. I cannot stress this enough. No loss of implants. Your mining implants, your PvE plants, whatever, no loss of implants. Okay? Now, people think, oh, it takes a long time to train these skills. It really doesn't. So the skill itself is a 250,000 skill point skill. That means to train the whole thing to level 5 would take 5 days. To train it to, let me show you here. So let's go to how to skill point increments. So to train it to level 4 would take 1 day because you train about 50,000 skill points a day. And to train it to level 3, that's 3 jump clones, would take like a few hours. Okay, so it's really not a big deal to do it. And the skill you're looking for is Inframorph Psychology. It doesn't have any prerequisites. You can start training it right away, and each level gives you the ability to install 1 more jump clone around the galaxy. Now, you can take a shuttle and get anywhere in the galaxy pretty quick, install your clone, and all you have to do is each time you use that clone, remember to install a new one before you leave. That way you never have to make that big long journey again. It's really not that long. You can get to Amar in 15 jumps or something if you go through Lowsec in a shuttle. Not a big deal, guys. Alright, now why is this important? Again, it's so you can enjoy content. To be able to get out there quickly wherever the fleet is forming. You don't have to worry about traveling 30 jumps to get to any fleet. You're there right away. You're forming up right away. The group doesn't have to wait for you. You don't have to have an hour of lead time to get there. You just clone jump and you're there. You're ready. Okay. This is also part of being battle ready. So in our ABCs we have ask for status, and B is battle ready. Part of that is having jump clones installed wherever the content might be. If we have a call to action to go help friends in Amar space, we need you to have your jump clone in Amar so we can get there right away and go help them. Okay. Saves you time, so you have more time for content. It lets you get involved with NPSI and public fleets. And for wormholers, you can actually jump out of your wormhole at the nearest Empire static, or Empire connection rather, and you've got 4 hours to jump away, go do content, and self-destruct back to the entrance to that wormhole and jump back in. So as a wormholer, it opens up all the Empire's content. So if your wormhole is connected out in Amar space, it doesn't matter. You can just jump clone over to Galente space, do content, self-destruct back afterwards. Okay. All right. Now I have put in the locations of NPC clone bays into a public folder for you guys. Now there is one at Jeddah 4.4, not the trade hub itself, but the station that's on grid with Jeddah 4.4. There's one in Athenard right next to Do-Dixie. There's an NPC clone bay there. And then right in Amar trade hub itself, the NPC station, there is a clone bay. So I've put these into a public folder for you guys, which you can find in my bio in-game, Sinbad the Assailer. Now if you're looking for more information on jump clones, you can open up New Bro Tutorials. in game, and you'll see here there's the Eve Uni page on junk clones, and also a link to open up YouTube videos on the subject. All right, now we're going to do a demo. So I'm going to show you a junk clone. Now I'm in Jeddah, and somebody has announced that, hey, there's a PvP fleet forming in Dodixie. Let's go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the clone bay, either from the station interface, or I can just do it from my own character sheet interface. If there is no button there, it doesn't matter. Just open it up this way. Go to character, junk clones. Now I've got one in Athenard. I am going to jump to Athenard. First, I'm going to set my home station. Then I'm going to clone jump to Athenard. Let's go. Now, as soon as I land, I'm going to install a new clone so that I don't have to make the long journey next time. Now we're going to undock, pretend we did our content. We've undocked, we've done our PvP or our PvE, whatever. Now we've come back to the station.
Docking permission requested.
Or we dock up wherever that is, that we've done the content nearby, doesn't matter. We're going to dock up somewhere.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And then we're going to self-destruct. I'm going to open up the jump clone interface, go to home station, and self-destruct. Now, wherever I had set my home station before I clone jumped, either at our HQ base or wherever I was operating that day that I wanted to get back to, I'm right back there. So I've jumped, 15 jumps or whatever. I've done the content, and I've self-destructed, and I've gotten home, no travel time whatsoever. Now, what if I have implants? All right, so let's open up this guy. Somebody's like, hey, I'm doing missions over by Jeddah. Well, I've got an implanted clone there at Tranquility Trade Tower. I want to use my special clone with the implants, the expensive implants. I'm going to set my home station because this is where I want to get back to afterwards. I'm going to jump. Right away, I'm going to install my clone. Now I'm in my implanted clone. I'm going to go out. I'm going to do the content with my friends. I'm going to do my missions. Then I'm going to come back. Here or any other privately owned station that I trust for the clone bay. And we'll get to that part in a second. So now I'm here. I've done my missions with my friend. I want to self-destruct to get home, but I don't want to lose my implants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the clone bay again. I'm going to find that clean clone, that means no implants, clean clone that I installed here, and I'm going to jump into it. Now, in a private station, I can jump back and forth to clones within that same station as many times as I want, and it will not generate a new timer that I have to wait out. So now I've jumped to the clean clone, and I've put my implanted clone back in storage. So now it is safe, it is in the station. I can self-destruct. And I'm back where I started. So I've jumped into my implanted clone, I've swapped back to a clean clone, self-destruct to get home. So there you go. You can jump to any NPC station where you have your clone for staging and be assured that it's going to be there because it's an NPC station, or any player-owned structure that you trust with your implanted clone. You can use it to do the same technique but preserve your jump clones. Now, Tranquility Trade Tower is one that you can trust. It's been there forever. It's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Currently, as of the beginning of 2022, one big organization is I Choose You. You can do a search in the search box, I Choose You, all one word like that, and then find the nearest I Choose You station. Now, you can trust that their clone bays are going to be around, so if you put an expensive clone there, you're fine to store it there and do the same trick there. Alright guys, I hope this helps. This is how we engage in content all over the galaxy with no travel time and we're not confined to our little local area for content. Cheers.